Chatty Queens.
Chatty Queens.
Recently, it was one of the very first times we went out because it was Londo's birthday. She is old. It was quite interesting because it was one of the very first time that we actually went out in public in a restaurant.
Yeah.
Although Londo has been very paranoid, you were like on lockdown before lockdown.
Yes, no, like, I mean, I was freaked out by this before, you know, people latched on. So by the time that the president announced that he was locking down, I was already staying at home. So when it was time to, like, you know, get out, I was quite freaked out about, you know, how do you do this? How do you navigate this world now that we have of sanitizing, of masks, of social distancing? And I mean, and how do you do that when you go out to a space of clubbing or dancing or, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you do admit that you're paranoid because
Well,
I mean,
careful. I think that's the really word you're looking for here. You know, very, very careful.
Okay, well, yeah, loosely. But
Yeah.
I think for me, it was, for the most part,
Yes.
we were like having fun.
Yeah.
But then the thing is that we have to be extra careful of what we do. I remember a friend of mine, when he told me about the idea that we must just surprise you and do something, I was like, okay, so before you leave your home, then you have to worry about your mask. Does it match your outfit?
Yeah.
Do you have to carry an extra sanitizer?
Yeah.
Do you have to do this? How is it going to be? And then all those conversations that you have. But I suppose that's how our new normal is now. Yeah. Chatty Queens.
Chatty Queens. Our next guest is none other than Babalwa Carol Mtshiselwa. She is an award-winning makeup and hair designer. She has not one, not two, 3 Golden Horn Awards for her work. I'm telling you, like no
Abnormal
jokes
horns.
here. Huh?
Right?
You actually have it in Golden Horns.
Yeah.
Babalwa also has 3 SAFTA awards, 2 for Lockdown and 1 for Knuckle City. She's also been involved in other productions like Nelson Mandela's Long Walk to Freedom, 5 Fingers, Trackers, and Roots. Welcome to the show, Babalwa. It's very lovely to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Cheers.
Cheers. Like, I just want to say, firstly, babes, congratulations. Like, really, you are an inspiration to all of us, right? And it shows that hard work, and I mean, you must have not just got landed where you are. And it's determination that you have that shows that, you know, a strong person, work ethic, gets you here. Thank you for being that person.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So with this year, being an old mess, how are you doing? How's your mental space?
Oh yeah, this year has been something else here.
Right.
I mean, it started off really well, like really cool projects, and then obviously we all had to stop. And then I kept positive. I hear you were quite paranoid. I was with you.
I was incredibly
I was with you.
Yeah.
I also went into lockdown a week before lockdown. Yeah, it's been very crazy, but I tried to keep like as positive as possible until I just really couldn't, because I think we all started at a point where we were expecting it to be 21 days.
Yeah.
I did feel like that was a lie though. Because I was also watching like I was also watching like the stats.
Yeah.
And Italy was like the most affected at the time, and I was like, we can't act like we're not going there. We have to like think towards that.
Yeah.
Did you think Chatty Queens?
Chatty Queens.
You mentioned something about you had projects lined up earlier on. Were you working on something this year?
Yes, I was. Funny enough, I hadn't started designing in any jobs this year. At the time, I did. I worked on a film called Escape Room, where I was doing the lead actress. Taylor is her name. Russell is her surname. Yes,
Okay.
Taylor Russell. Which is pretty cool. I joined in sort of like 3/4 of the way of the job because she needed a black makeup artist.
Okay. As it happens.
Anyways, and then after that, the same situation happened on a TV series called, a BBC TV series called The Watch, which hasn't come out yet. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to talk about it, but I mean, oh, actually I am, because I've started posting stuff. It's cool.
Okay.
So then I was called onto that to do basically the same thing on a different person, and that's when that was supposed to finish on the 27th of March, and then it was obviously stopped 2 weeks before we actually finished shooting.
Yeah.
And then it was sit down.
Yeah. But otherwise, how much impact has on your coins? Yeah.
Yeah, it hit me hard. Yeah. At first, I was very positive about it, and I was just like, okay, like prepare yourself, research so that you know, and save and spend wisely because this amount of money needs to last you like 3 months now. Okay, cool, I'm good. Until it went like over and above that.
Are you able to be creative in terms of your aesthetic and what you do with your work?
Not really, because I was like, finally I can watch some series. I can catch up with some shows.
Yes.
No, not my work. I just like, I never have time to watch stuff, and because I'm just constantly making, you know. Okay. So it was a nice time for me to just catch up on what's going on out there, because it's important for me to like keep myself updated in terms of like what other people are doing, what other makeup artists are doing, like what bigger shows are doing, how they're telling stories through makeup, etc. So like I never get a chance to do that, which really like sucks. But so that's the first thing I did, and it was also just nice to just be home and bond with family.
Another thing that I wanted to ask you, most importantly for me as someone that, well, we got beat today, right? So I think, do you like this first?
I do. It's the first thing I saw.
Okay. I want to ask, like, it always seems vague to other people when it comes to makeup. And it seems like a not real career, right? So especially within the black community, like our parents are gonna be like, can you please get to school?
A real job.
Yeah, can you go to school and get a proper job? Like, or even if you say you do communication, like you're learning how to talk. Yeah. So how much can you say that your skill is needed in community and within us as black people in general?
Well, first of all, like I totally went through that. Like my family literally kept sitting me down to say, don't do this.
Wow.
This is because I never actually studied for makeup. Like I wanted to do music, and they were like, no, you need a real career. We're gonna just pay for your studies, so go study something that to fall back on. You know that story. So I studied HR management. Right.
I know where you.
I don't mean to laugh.
Actually, I really enjoyed it. I really did enjoy it. The second year was a bit tough, but because I was like, what am I doing here? But I really did enjoy it, and I'm glad that I did it because it taught me a lot about like personnel management, and like the admin behind being a leader and running a team and managing people. So I'm really glad I did it because it taught me so much.
And emotional intelligence.
All of it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like we did so much training people, coming up with training plans. Personnel management, labor law, like there was a lot that actually helps me so much right now in terms of how to lead the team.
Yeah, that's fantastic that you were able to use that, like the transfer of skill, if you want, right? Yeah,
I do believe really something. I believe everything happens for a reason, and I had to see what the lesson was in that, and I had to take from it because otherwise it was going to be a complete loss.
Yeah. It's interesting though, this thing with, I mean, you know, particularly black families, and that it still continues. I suppose it's also just within the creative industry in general. It's a hard sell, right, for black parents. It's a very, very hard sell to want to be in creative industry.
Chatty Queens.
Chatty Queens.
But I'm just grateful that like my training was really, really, really good. I was trained by all of or most of the strong makeup artists in the country, you know? So I learned a lot from different people, so I learned different ways to do things, and I collected all of these like tricks and ways to just accomplish things. So I was trained in every skin type.
Yes, that's wonderful.
But I always focused like harder on and I always say to people, it's harder to do makeup on black skin, even if you're a black makeup artist, because there's so much more to understand. But most people, or many people I'd say, just don't really take the time, like they undermine how difficult it is, and they just go for it, and it's very easy to make it not work, and then you're sitting with an unhappy actor or model,
or you're sitting with a film where we are like, oh, this one,
that too.
Yeah, it's a situation.
Listen, I don't know how your diet is, guys, but
you want to have a magui, yeah?
Well, you can help yourself.
Okay, but I'll have one, but I'm allowed chewers, just excuse me.
Okay, sure.
I'll also take one, but I'll just put it on my plate.
The things that I want to understand in terms of practicality as someone in the industry, do you need an agent to actually assist you to get
jobs.
Or do you just need to have good contacts so that you can be able to get your jobs and stuff?
So I've been in the industry as a makeup artist for 10 years now. And in the 10 years of being in the industry, I had an agent for 2 years.
Okay.
And it really didn't do much for me. I was still booking all of my own jobs. I probably about 2 or 3.
So what does she do when you say I book my job? Does she get 10%?
Yeah, that's how it works. But when I started to design, then she was like, okay, hang on. You got this job, you're designing, so just go direct. And if you need any assistance, so admin-wise, then we're here for you. So that was great. And then eventually she was like, listen, babes, you don't need us. You should just continue on your own. You don't need us.
Well, that's honesty.
Yeah, which is, no, I was really mad when she did that because I was like, I don't like doing the admin part, I don't like the negotiations, but it taught me. Because then I had to. Yeah, then I had to, and now I'm like amazing at it. Now I can like make you a lot of money. I always say, if I get tired of doing makeup, I must be an agent.
Right.
Yeah, no, I fight.
That's awesome.
Chatty Queens.
Chatty Queens. Okay, can we talk about like a nice thorny, okay, not nice, but this thorny issue? I mean, that click situation.
Are we really talking about
No, but like seriously, like how horrendous is 2020, that clicks advert. 2020.
I think for me, it goes back to what I said earlier on about standards of beauty in our world.
It's so fucked up though.
And how we still have to struggle with being who we are and as black people and within the whitewashed industry.
Yeah.
You know? This is a big company that we're talking about, and it's not really about them, but it's everyday life. It's those people that are not in the public light, and they're experiencing the discrimination, you know, within at work, whereby your manager feels like she can say something about your braids or your hair, how it is, and you know, and everything else. It's the jabs, it's the little things that you know we need to be educated on. And that's
well, you mean other people need to be educated on?
Well,
Me too.
I think everyone else, because also it's the men. You know, if you have to say so, whereby they don't know to pick up the cues, the social cues, and know what to say and when to say it. You know, so that's why we wanted to ask you, how do you feel about that happening in this day and age? You know,
I think this time of quarantine all over the world has taught us like a lot, and I think the one thing, like if you've missed it, there's something really not right with you. But you said 2020, right? And I feel like this year's exposed racism on another level. We've had the Black Lives Matter movements, and America sparked it. And I must say, I sat so sad when I was like, why are we not standing up now? This is literally like, if you've ever been afraid to stand up for racism, this is the time, because you've got the backing of the entire world. And yet this country just sat and people
released
and people spoke more about their racism, and people expose themselves more, and like it's scary. It's wow, I can't even dive into that. But the whole click situation is just like good, because the racism is always there. It's there. It's just a matter of exposing, right? Every company, like, know how in America they started to push black businesses, and companies started to hire like black executives, and like there's a big movement happening there. It's small movements at this point, but for me it's like it doesn't matter. Even one thing changes, it leads towards bigger changes, and I just wish that this country could move a little faster, or like I wish the black people of this country could stand together better to fight, because there's this, I don't know, there's just like this thing of fear. If we fight, we lose work. If we fight, we'll lose this. If we fight, we'll lose that. But I think if we stand together and just fight all the time, we'll move forward and we'll grow, and we'll be in the spaces that we belong in. Take up those spaces.
And fighting actually means that have that conversation.
Yes.
Have that uncomfortable conversation about things, and it's not really just about.
It's like you're saying, people need to be taught. Like we need to learn. We need to learn how to not accept.
Exactly. That's actually a really, really powerful thing.
It happens so easily. And what do? We're so shocked, we're just like, oh.
There's elements of tolerating it.
Yes,
right?
exactly. We need to know, like, and be educated about what are the levels of abuse. And if you feel a certain way, like I say to my team, for example, with sexual harassment, with racism, with discrimination, and any sort of thing, I'm like, if you feel weird about it, or if you feel uncomfortable, or if you feel hurt or whatever, it's discrimination. It's enough for you to have to say no, you know, or speak to someone who's going to stand up for you. But gosh, we just need to understand when it's happening. Because I feel like people don't understand when it's happening. They like play it down. You're just like, no, maybe she made a mistake, or maybe she's not thinking about this. But no, like call it out. Like if you say my name wrong, I'm gonna call you out and I'm gonna fix you right now. I'm gonna be like, Ba, Loa. Say it.
Not Babalwa.
Yes, don't.
Chatty Queens.
Chatty Queens.
That
Yeah,
was so
absolutely.
awesome.
That was fantastic. Yeah, cheers.
Cheers.
So, what is next for you? What is your next big thing?
Well,
Yeah.
You getting married?
no.
Oh, sorry.
We did done that. So the next step is actually something I'm super proud of. Like, it took me a couple of weeks to even believe that it was real. But it's my biggest project in my career so far. And it's untitled now. At this point, it's called the Untitled Alicia Keys Project.
Yeah.
Now that's what we're talking about. Right here on Chatty Queens. That's where you first heard
This is
it
where
from.
you heard it. Yeah. So Untitled.
Yeah, yes, it's untitled at this point. So they still gonna untitle it. But it's a feature. Yeah, it's a feature. That's gonna be shot in Mauritius.
Oh, wow.
2 months. Yeah. So yeah, in 2 weeks' time, I'm leaving y'all. In this little
Congrats, and that's fantastic.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still pinching myself.
That's
That is
so
so
exciting. Yeah. Oh,
Well,
wow.
we know you're gonna kill it.
Thank
And
you.
then
very
you
much.
come back and then give us more response.
Yes, so
Yeah.
this means you need to come back because we need to talk just about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Absolutely. That
We shall
sounds
talk about it.
amazing.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's very
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah. Thank you for being here. Our show is you've really created a spark.
Oh my God, yeah,
Yeah.
we could go on. This is so
Yeah.
wonderful.
We could go
Thank you
on.
so much for being here. Yeah, no, we totally, I mean,
Yeah. We have a Magunya to tackle.
yes, he's like shoving la magwinya.
No, it's
Like,
just
I know.
nice.
Eat.
I will. I need to. I haven't actually like eaten most of the day. I haven't had time.
Yeah.
Was it? Wait,
Did you have a production before now?
Yes. So I landed like literally. I landed at the airport and drove here.
Uh-huh.
I just came.
How lucky are we though?
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was busy with a mini series that's going to be on Netflix at the end of the year sometime. It's called The Christmas Wedding.
This girl. Right? It's like she's flexing in a very nice way. Like, Alicia Keys.
Yeah.
And in a few weeks. And Netflix. Oh, yeah, Mauritius. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So what you it's a Netflix show, it's not it's you this is the one that you say that you're not sure if you want to talk about it or
No, I can't give the details of it.
Okay.
But I can definitely say it's a Christmas special, which
Okay.
which makes me very excited because we've never done that in this country before.
Yeah.
You know, like over the Christmas period, you've got all these films coming up from all over
Right.
the world and series.
That have snow and you're like,
Yeah.
whatever.
And how
It's
we're
hot
gonna have
outside.
Color. We're gonna have like some African culture. In its like biggest form, like unapologetic.
That sounds
Right,
amazing. That
that's
sounds
amazing.
exciting.
It's very exciting.
Yeah. This has been such a fabulous conversation.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me. I
Yeah.
enjoyed the conversation.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
And I'll have my kunya now.
Yeah.
Now we can chew. Yeah.
I'm full. Yeah.
Yes, don't forget me.
Okay, I'll top you, darling.
My partner, I really
No
enjoyed
joke.
this one actually.
Yeah.
Is it?
Don't
Okay.
mind.
Chatty Queens.
Chatty Queens.